Jay-Z is finding himself at the center of growing backlash, as those he once turned his back on are reportedly moving in for payback. Former industry insider Gene Deal has come forward with bold claims, suggesting that Jay-Z might be the next major figure to face serious fallout. According to him, the tables are turning fast, and this time, the spotlight isn't just on business moves but on broken alliances. What's even more shocking is that Beyonce, often seen as his closest ally, is rumored to be quietly creating distance of her own. Behind the scenes, more relationships appear to be unraveling. Diddy, who once shared a powerful connection with Jay-Z, has allegedly stepped away after feeling abandoned when he needed support, most especially during the chaos of his recent legal battles. The power circle that once seemed untouchable now looks fractured, and for Jay-Z, the walls may be closing in.
Man, is that Diddy used to hate Jay-Z. He hated Jay-Z enough when he was trying to get Ja Rule to go at Jay-Z. This is back in the early 2000s.
Did Diddy always say negative things about Jay around you?
The time he was trying to get Ja Rule to go at Jay, yeah, he was. They worked it out.
Was there a reason behind it?
I couldn't tell you the reason behind it. It was probably because Big had died. I don't know what it was, man. I don't know why he wanted Ja Rule to go at Jay. I guess if he kept them beefing or kept them into some bullshit, he could rise up in between both of them. You know what I mean? It definitely was some.
Jay-Z has long been surrounded by stories of power struggles and confrontation. But this time, the tide seems to have turned, and for once, he's not the one holding control. Industry voices like Jaguar Wright and Gene Deal have been warning about this shift for years, painting a picture of a music empire built on intimidation, secrecy, and unchecked influence. Both Jay-Z and Diddy have been portrayed as men who built their dominance through fear and manipulation. And now those same tactics appear to be circling back. What once fueled their rise may soon become their downfall. Diddy's fall from grace landed him behind bars, serving as a cautionary tale for anyone who believed they were untouchable. For Jay-Z, however, insiders suggest the consequences could run even deeper beyond money, beyond fame, and perhaps beyond redemption. The empire he built might soon face its most dangerous reckoning yet.
Suge Knight, Irv Gotti, and Jay Prince. These four gentlemen that got together are going to put up $30 million apiece.
Contemplating doing the first black-owned distribution company.
The thing is, they wasn't trying to let us in the door. That's why I don't trust these people.
But Suge came up with the idea. It was a brilliant plan. He said, whatever the recording fund is, 10% goes to the union. Each time you do a new album, 10%. It was going to be some get down or lay down shit. Shortly after that, the feds raided.
All of us was being hit up around the same time.
Someone left that meet talking about our move.
It was Jay-Z and Puff that went to those New York corner to let them know what Suge Knight was trying to do. They told Jay, if you help us get rid of Dame, we're going to make you the president of Def Jam.
Why don't we stick together and they got to come to us? For some reason, everybody just wants to do everything on their own. They don't understand collective.
Within the industry, Jay-Z's reputation has become increasingly complicated. Many insiders whisper that he's viewed as a rat, someone who plays both sides when it serves his interests. One story that still lingers in the shadows dates back to the late 90s, involving music executive Lance Rivera. Reports from that time claim Jay-Z paid Rivera to remain silent. After a nightclub altercation turned violent, court records later confirmed that Jay-Z pled guilty to third-degree assault connected to that 1999 incident. Yet, despite the conviction, Rivera himself has continued to insist that Jay-Z never actually stabbed him. The contradiction has left many questioning what really happened that night. Some believe Rivera's silence isn't about loyalty, it's about survival. In a business where speaking the truth can destroy careers or worse, staying quiet sometimes becomes the only safe choice. And for Rivera, that silence has spoken louder than any statement ever could.
Rap star is busted.
Jay-Z turned himself in tonight, and the cops started working on his rap sheet, accusing him of a stabbing at a trendy party.
Kimberly Richardson is at Midtown South right now. Kimberly.
Well, Rosanna, just a few hours ago, police here at Midtown South arrested Sean Carter, better known as Jay-Z. The rap star voluntarily turned himself in here at the precinct earlier this evening. Now, Carter is being held here in connection with that stabbing fight that erupted at the Kit Kat Club last night. But just a few moments ago, Carter's attorney had this to say.
He's not involved in this, period.
He was at the club?
That's my only comment. He wasn't involved in this.
So it was someone else that did the stabbing and the hitting.
I didn't say that. I said he was not involved in it.
Now, Slovis goes on to say that at no time was Jay-Z hiding from the police, that they were in touch with cops all day and that they're trying to resolve this as gentlemen. But as Mike Sheehan shows us, others say they've seen the dark side of Jay-Z.
I have my faults. You know, I'm not a perfect person.
Right, guys, this is where it all comes to a head. The tension is thick, the truth undeniable. As the encounter winds down, the woman stands her ground with a fire that cuts through the silence. No hesitation, no fear, just raw conviction. She isn't speaking only to the chief in front of her, but to every person watching around the world. This isn't just defiance. It's a statement, a reminder that real strength isn't in rank or uniform, it's in courage.
But then with Rivera, you know, where you pled guilty to charges of, I don't remember exactly the charges, assault with a deadly weapon.
They would have never let me be out here with you if that was the case.
You stabbed him. Okay. All right. Do you feel like that was a mistake in hindsight?
I believe that was the greatest thing ever. This is gonna sound crazy, but I believe that helped me. You know what I'm saying? Because that put the brakes on everything. That let me know that no matter how successful you are and how much you're on your road, it can all stop. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you still kid from Marcy Projects, and you know, not everybody they waiting for you to mess up. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just go ahead. You know what I'm saying? We let you just go ahead and self-destruct yourself. You know what I'm saying? But that right there was a moment I was like, okay. You know, and I'm glad they didn't have to take for me to be in jail for like 7 years to be like, damn. You know what I'm saying? That moment was like, okay, all that stops. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not going to parties with 30 people, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to put myself in that position.
When you look at Dame still kind of living that life, you know, you could find Dame at the club, you know.
Yeah, but he's with 30 models. It's a little different. I was with the hood.
Yeah. Okay. That's a good point. He's hanging at a different kind of club.
Listing up with calm precision, she calls him out for exactly what he is, the fractured face of modern policing. The side no one wants to admit exists where ego replaces service and pride replaces justice. You can see it in his stare, that cold arrogance pretending to be authority. But she doesn't break. She doesn't flinch. She owns the moment, and in doing so, exposes an entire system that hides behind the word law.
You're hearing Diddy everywhere. Okay.
Yeah.
So, did you ever have any kind of run-in with Diddy? Did you ever do anything with Diddy? Any projects you worked on with him?
He's produced a few records, or had his producers do a few records on my War and Peace album, the Peace Disc. Yeah.
How was he to work with?
It was cool. You know, he gave us great music. We flew out to New York, and I was mainly in the studio with the producer. You know, he had a stable of producers, so I was in the studio with his stable of producers, and I think we did some great music. And you know, I really kind of, you know, lost contact with him and really stopped, you know, dealing with Puffy around 94. Yeah.
Any specific reason?
Yeah, I mean, you know, they was doing their thing, I was doing mine. And, you know, I'm not the partying type. You know what I mean? I ain't never been to a Diddy party. Ain't never really wanted to go. But I don't go to a lot of people parties. You know, that just ain't what I'm in it for.
Right. Here's the thing, she doesn't walk away defeated. No, she leaves like a storm that's passed, powerful and unshaken. Her head held high, her voice still echoing in that room. She proves that truth doesn't bow to a badge. That's the kind of strength no institution can crush. Because when the truth is on your side, silence becomes your only enemy. And trust me, her silence now says more than any speech could.
Behind Jay-Z being afraid to come out his hotel room because of Pac.
All right, what happened was that I guess Pac had got whiffed that Jay-Z was in town. Well, you know he gonna do a show because Jay-Z, he doing a show. But you got to realize Jay-Z had became an enemy of Pac because I think he had said some or was going to do a song with Big or whatever like that, the whole 9 yards. So Jay is now Pac enemy too. So Chaz Williams, who was over Black Hands. Black Hands was one of the labels who did that. Black Gangster had every artist in New York on, and Chaz, who is now getting into the music business, has become a music executive, and he was once a former gangster who was on American Gangster BET because they had him down for robbing 161 banks. That's what they put in their program and everything. But Chaz was a gangster in New York City that became a music executive. So he gets a phone call saying that Jay is not going to come out the room because Tupac threatened him. So he's not going to do his show. Can he make some phone calls, you understand, to get Pac off the bullshit? So I think he may have talked to Big D, and Big D and Eric B called Suge, and Suge was laughing, saying that wasn't him. Because they tried to make it seem like it was Suge that was doing it, but it was Pac. So I guess Suge called Pac. Pac let him go ahead and do his show and everything like that. But Jay was scared to come out his room.
So that story was really true about Jay-Z being afraid to come out his hotel room.
Yeah, come on, man. Yeah, he was scared.
In just 15 minutes, she flips the entire script. What started as confrontation turns into revelation. She reminds everyone watching that courage isn't found in authority, it's found in standing tall when the odds say you shouldn't. That's power. That's leadership. She's not just challenging a man, she's exposing a mindset that's infected an entire system built on control instead of compassion.